A lot of times, because of the things that we go through, people don't have high hopes for us. And I wanted to beat the odds and be different and do something different. And I feel like Dana did see the potential in me.
I think it's the best feeling. It's amazing to be one of those people who was part of her journey.
My name is Tamisha Macklin Clark, and I was at the Third Way Center from the years 2006 to 2007. My experience in the foster care system started when I was around age 6. My parents weren't able to take care of me, and I kind of got stuck in the middle of the divorce and the back and forth between my mom and my dad, who both struggled with substances at the time. And so I entered the foster care system at a really young age.
The kids that come to Third Way Center are kids that have come from hospitals, jails, foster care facilities, other mental health facilities that have come. We're talking kids in upward of 30, 40, 50 other placements who have very little hope.
My whole duration of being in the system, it was over 30 different placements. I was one of those kids that I knew I wasn't gonna get adopted. I had lingered in the system for way too long, and that led me into going into Third Way. And so that was just like my last stop, like when I was leaving the system. And I needed to learn some life skills and find my independence.
When Tamisha first came to Third Way Center, she was really angry. She had come from a previous facility. She had done some of the work, but she was able to control her anger, but not really understand where her anger came from.
I was really struggling with just being like anxious, and I had some things that I still needed to resolve with my family. A little bit of anger and pain that I needed to work through.
Trauma causes feelings. Feelings cause their problematic behaviors. The kids need to understand that if they don't get some sort of resolution for their trauma, they're going to feel terrible, and so they'll behave terribly. For a kid to get some sort of resolution, they need to determine what their justice is going to be. In order to do that, they need to really figure out what their trauma is.
I feel like Third Way is really good at like seeing what some of those needs are and then addressing it.
Weekly, Tamisha and I used to go visit her mom and do family meetings. Tamisha really didn't like that I pushed her to talk about her mom or pushed her to talk to her mom, but I think those sessions were probably our most beneficial sessions because Tamisha was able to do a lot of the work with her mom and really kind of understand where the anger came from.
I was able to start building a relationship with my mom, and just my mom being able to see me in a better place and to be a part of me graduating. That was really cool to have my mom be a part of that.
I think Tamisha was able to do a lot of the work with her mom and really kind of understand where the anger came from and really bond with her mom again and do the work she needed to do.
I just really appreciated that she was so kind to my mom. Sorry, I get really emotional, especially talking about Dana, but my mom did pass away.
Nobody can do it alone. All of us need somebody. So we seek people out for them. We find them mentors, we find them coaches, we find them support.
Third Way was very supportive of like those community relationships. I also found a church family and a mentor through Third Way. I went from Pontiac to Lincoln. I was able to learn how to like manage and maintain my own apartment. I found a job right away, and so they supported me in going to work. It was very structured, but it provided the structure that I needed so that I could be successful when I transitioned out. When I left Third Way, I decided that I wanted to give back to other youth that were going to enter the system, and I got my bachelor's in Cross Systems Youth Services, which is a combination of social work and human services, but I had a concentration in high-risk youth. So I started doing a lot of advocacy work and working on policy and legislation to help make the system better for youth. I was able to be a part of a national policy council for foster youth and alumni, and so I was going back and forth to Washington, D.C. as a national advocate. And my full circle moment was a year ago when I got to run into some Third Way staff at a conference that I got to present at, so it was just really cool. That was like a full circle moment.
Tamisha always said she wanted to be a social worker, so it's pretty exciting to see her 16 years later doing that.
It's just really important to think about the impact that you can make. It takes a community to make sure that these kids can be successful and that they can thrive.
There's truth and hope to every kid that we work with, and that's our goal at Third Way, and that's why we're all here.